change the game for the entire crypto industry. And when I say I've always felt that we were in a super cycle, this particular cycle, I feel a little bit vindicated. And I know a lot of people are saying, well, Wendy, numbers not going up, things are dumping, X, Y, and Z. Guess what? Things take time, especially when we're transitioning from such a predatory previous administration to a positive one now. And again, you guys, I know that I'm streaming a little bit early today. The time zone I'm in is kind of cuckoo, and I'm doing some family stuff, so I want to make sure that I'm doing things for them. So apologies for that, but you can always go back and watch this, okay? I'm going to keep it short. I'm going to keep it simple, and let's get into it. All right, so Coinbase dropped some massive news. Yes, I'm live, baby. The massive news was Coinbase stock coin will be added to the S&P 500 May 19th. The S&P 500 is a combination of the biggest stocks ever, okay? The biggest stocks ever. And the fact that we finally have a crypto company, the first crypto company in America to be added to this, is absolutely insane. Coinbase is a centralized exchange. It's actually one of the most popular centralized exchanges, despite all of the controversy behind it. But at the end of the day, if you just look at the fundamentals about Coinbase actually having a public stock, and it going live on the S&P 500, next week, is really, really massive for the entire industry. We haven't seen anything like this ever. And that's primarily because the previous administration continued to attack crypto and kind of impeded their progress. Now, I'm going to talk about some of the pro things that the SEC is doing in a minute, but let's go ahead and get through this story because this is really big, you guys. And I have a feeling that we're going to see a lot of other crypto companies go public, have to go through all that disclosure process, the application process to become public companies. And then essentially it's just going to really just kind of provide a better narrative for the entire industry. Like, remember, we had the crypto contagion, all those bad actors, all those crazy things happening. So even though this is completely against Bitcoin's ethos, this is exactly what is needed to really push the space forward when we're talking about retail. Also too, I'm still in bed. Well, I'm up ready to go, but I'm in bed because it's really, really cold in this room. And shout out to everybody in the chat. I appreciate you guys for being here. Now, Coinbase's stock coin will be added to the S&P 500 May 19th. It will replace Discover Financial Services, DFS, which was acquired by Capital One Bank. This right here is absolutely massive. The fact that it's replacing Discover, which is a traditional financial entity, and they just absorbed Capital One, is absolutely wild. Like, we're talking about an industry that was frowned upon for so long, and now all of a sudden it is being added, it is being included, it's being desired. People want to pour money into it. People want to be a part of crypto. Yes, Coinbase is a centralized entity. Yes, they do have some sort of decentralized wallet, but at the end of the day, this is how you do achieve mass adoption, whether you agree with it or not, as far as the centralized aspect goes, because again, not your keys, not your coins. Now, Coinbase is also going to join Tesla and Block Inc. as major Bitcoin holding firms in the index. And the S&P represents top 500 US publicly traded companies, just in case you didn't know that. And the combined market cap is going to be $49.8 trillion in the S&P 500. The reason why that's so important is because crypto is like at $3 trillion. Crypto is $3 trillion. And when we're talking about having, crypto exploding and number going up and whatnot, we're getting there. It's going to be a process just because of the long road uphill, but it's coming. And again, this is big. So first and foremost, why will this trigger altcoin season? Well, there's going to be a series of events that will trigger altcoin season. The number one reason I think we'll start to see a trigger in altcoin season is because we have all these crypto ETFs. We know that they're going to get approved, or we're going to get a response from the SEC between July and October. So Q3, Q4 of 2025. And that's something that I told you guys is to be cautious and to be patient and make sure to smash a like. And we're starting to see all of these stones eventually, like this really strong foundation built. So the entire S&P 500 is worth close to, what did I say, $40 trillion, $50 trillion, something crazy. $49.8 trillion, okay? $49.8 trillion. Crypto is worth $3 trillion. Analysts have anticipated every single spot ETF that gets approved will essentially add $8 billion to the market cap. Yeah, I know that in the long run, that's not like a really big, or in the short term, that's not really a big thing, but it does legitimize and it does open the industry up to a lot more capital from traditional finance. And they're the ones that have access to all these products where they can create debt, they can take out collateralized loans, all those things. So this is bullish long term. Again, it's building the foundation. Vocal Fry. Okay, now next part over here. So that's what's going on. So this is going to happen May 19th. And when we talk about the legitimacy in the crypto industry, let's talk a little bit about Paul Atkins and Hester Peirce, because at the end of the day, they're at the SEC and they're the ones that have a choice about this. So Atkins spoke at the Crypto Task Force Roundtable on tokenizations, assets moving on chain, and emphasized the need for the SEC to adapt innovation. He basically replaced Gary Gensler. Now, he identified 3 regulation priorities. Issuance, enable crypto firms to issue registered securities. That one makes me a little bit nervous over there because we don't want crypto to be called securities. We want it to be called digital assets or crypto. However, with the spot ETFs and those types of things, they want to call those securities. That's fine to an extent. However, you still have to remember the accredited investor rule, because the accredited investor rule doesn't allow a lot of us to participate if we don't have $250,000 or $1 million in assets. And that's why I really need that to go away, because it's ridiculous. It's not protecting anyone. Now, the next thing that he had talked about was custody. Modernize rules to support blockchain-based and self-custody solutions. Trading, allow broader asset trading, including securities and commodity pairs. And Hester Peirce says tokenization cannot reach its full potential without legal clarity. The reason why this is so big is we had this SEC administrator, or this SEC from the previous administration, and they absolutely could not stand crypto. They did everything in their power to absolutely destroy it. And the reason why that's problematic is because you're stifling innovation. That's exactly what's happening. And it's not good. That's not what we want. We want to be able to have a seat at the table. We want to be able to participate. And we're actually starting to do that now. And again, you have to remember the SEC also went after Coinbase for allegedly listing securities. This was after the SEC approved for them to go public, which is literally crazy. It makes no sense. Anyways, let's go ahead and talk real quickly about the market. So I'm looking at the current crypto market right now on the daily. And we see gains anywhere between 5 to 10%, nothing super great. I know number went down a little bit yesterday, which is okay, but now we're back up. We are currently trading at $104,000. Ethereum is at $2,600. Solana is $177. Sui is a beast, $4.03. XRP, $2.56. Link, 17 cents. Cardano, 82 cents. Also, too, we have a really cool announcement from Cardano and Brave. I love you, too. But we'll talk about that a little bit later. Also with HBAR pumped all the way to 21 cents. And that could be because they are currently trending on X for, I think, for the 3rd or 4th consecutive day in a row. So the markets are looking fine. Like, to me, this is all exciting. This is bullish. This is wonderful. This is moving the space forward. Yes, I understand that you want the market to go up and things to move like crazy right now. It's not going to happen right away. So be patient. This is going to be one of the easiest bull runs to make money, in my personal opinion. Good morning, gorgeous Alexandra. Just because anytime there's a tariff announcement, number goes up, those types of things. Anytime there's like a negative announcement, number goes down. It's just like rinsing and repeating. Why am I in my bed? Because it's cold in the hotel room. But anyways, you guys, just absolutely massive news with Coinbase. They are joining the S&P 500 May 19th. Mark your calendars, May 19th, things are going to go absolutely crazy. And I honestly think that we have a really strong chance of Bitcoin breaking all-time high of $110,000 this month, especially with the Bitcoin conference coming up. Anyways, you guys, I've got some videos coming out for you later today. Stick around. I'm going to be uploading shorts and different types of shorts. No, I'm wearing shorts. Don't worry about it. Throughout the day, I am with family doing some fun stuff. I have to tell you guys about, remind me on Sunday when I get back home to tell you about the pool experience from last night and my poor mom. Sending you guys love and light. Shout out to Coinbase.